Hi, what's up? It's me, Richard. I'm back with you again, and today we're going to be taking a look at the little brother of the Serpent RTA, which I've reviewed, a while ago, where you have those post holes down there, which is a little bit off-centered, and getting your leads into those holes and screwing it down required a little bit of patience and a bit of skill as well. But anyway, that's the Serpent RTA. Now, Wotofo is back with the little brother of the Serpent, and this is a single coil RTA. It's easy to build on. Well, at least it's easier than the Serpent. It really vapes well. And what else can I say? It's a small, dinky little guy here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Serpent Mini by Wotofo. It's only 30 millimeters in height down to the base of the drip tip and 22 millimeters in diameter. It doesn't really hold a lot of juice, about 3 ml I guess, but the top fill method that they have here, easy, just unscrew the cap and fill it up. That makes up for it. Okay, it's a really good looking mini tank, that so much so if you want to just change out the drip tip, you want to use a black Delrin drip tip to keep away the heat from your mouth, and also to match it with your mod, no problem at all, because it comes with a 510 standard drip tip. Okay, the airflow on this is not too shabby at all. I mean, I'm surprised that when I close down those Cyclops style eye hole at the base here down to a small tiny little hole, I can actually do a mouth to lung. Okay, when it comes to mouth to lung and lung inhales, it's debatable. I mean, it's an individual preference. Otherwise, this is geared more towards for lung inhales. All right, juice channels in there, you're gonna love it. It's got a really nice big juice channel in there, so for those of you who's using thick juices, you're not gonna have a problem with it. Your wick is gonna be nice and saturated. Okay, tell you what, why don't we go for close-ups right now? Break her apart, take a look at it, and also I'll do a quick build on it and then come back, we'll vape some more, and I'm gonna leave you my thoughts. Catch you later. Close-up time with our Serpent Mini here from Wotofo, and the packaging that it comes in, just getting better all the time with the way it looks. The presentation is great with the box, and also it says Serpent Mini here, Wotofo here, stainless steel to indicate what's inside. And of course, you've got some barcode here, Wotofo, same thing. And underneath, you've got a little warning on the use of nicotine products, and also 18 plus and above for the use of this product. Certification logos, that's about it. Comes plastic shrink wrap. Push once you've broken off the plastic, and comes open like that. You've got a little cutout of a t-shirt here, Wotofo giveaway. So if you want to win yourself a free t-shirt, all you got to do is just post a photograph of Wotofo Serpent Mini RTA on their Instagram page, and you'll be in the running to be one of the 100 winners for this t-shirt. And this is how it looks like. So good luck to you if you want to take part in that. You have the device set it in there, and also a spare pyrex glass. I've actually cracked my glass tank and replaced it with the spare. I'll tell you how I broke it, and meantime just have a look at it. This is your spare pyrex glass tank. As you can see, the crack that's going all the way from across right down here. I'll tell you how I cracked it. Okay, so you've got to be very careful with the tank afterwards. Okay, and the device right now, this is how the device, dinky little fella here, 30 millimeters in height from the base here right to the base of the drip tip by 22 millimeters in diameter. Okay, it's a 3 ml capacity tank, not very much, but with the easy top fill method, no problem at all. And in there you've got peak insulators that's made in Germany. So putting that aside, I want to check what's underneath the foam padding as well with you. So once you've taken off the foam padding, you've got a little instruction guide here that opens up and teaches you everything you need to know about setting up this bad boy. On the next page, you have your cotton seated there on the coil. Prime it, put your juice into the tank, fill it up, and that's how it is. So go through that, and you've got a couple of bags here, free cotton, which I've already opened up. And you've got this bag, which has got your comp wire, twisted coils. There's 4 of them all together in here, if I'm not mistaken, 4. And this bag contains all your O-rings, your hex screwdriver, Allen key, some of you call it, and your grub screws in there, all the O-rings. You can actually replace your silicone rings on the tank with either blue or red, or you have the white one which is pre-installed in there like that. Okay, so I want to put all this aside and get to the tank right now. Let's get closer. The Serpent Mini here engraved on the top, very nice engraving, and all around the tank you have at the bottom here 2 Cyclops style air hole that measures 1.5 millimeters in height, 10 millimeters from one end to the other end, and you've got 2 Cyclops style air holes there. And on the top here you've got your standard 510 drip tip here, which measures 5 millimeters in diameter and dual insulated to minimize the heat. So just remove it and you see it's dual insulated there, so it keeps the heat away from your lips getting onto this and burning your lips. Held on by 2 O-rings. That's your drip tip there. And of course, if you'd like to change up to your own drip tip to match with your mod, let's say you got a black mod, there you go. Looks really, really nice. I like it with a black drip tip. Goes on to any of my black mods like that. And it looks absolutely fantastic. Alright, that's my Snow Wolf there. Very nice. And also the fact that because your 510 pin underneath here has got that slight protrusion out, which is, okay with your hybrid mods. So it's hybrid mod friendly, so to speak. If you've got your Noisy Cricket like that, which is a hybrid mod, you can actually use it. And we're going to just screw it down to have a look at it, how it looks on your Noisy Cricket. Very nice. Yeah, there you go, with a bit colibri, and it looks really good as well. Yeah, so let's get to the tank itself. Underneath you've got your gold plated 510 pin, which is adjustable, but then again I never adjust it. Sits okay, it fires, and it's good. Wotofo logo at the bottom, and on top it says Serpent Mini. Some markings on the side there, gold plated 510 pin. And to fill your tank, all you got to do is just remove the top cap. This is your top cap, and that's your fill port. Very big fill ports, juice to go in, air to come out. It's the center shaft there. Alright, we're going to put this aside, and let's break it down further. Unscrew that. You have 2 sections, your deck and your glass tank here with a chimney cap. I'm going to put the deck aside. Alright, so if you want to take this out to clean, be very, very careful with it. You got to just wiggle it, hold this section, just gently wiggle, wiggle, pull, wiggle, wiggle, pull, and it comes off. Be very careful you don't crack the glass. Alright, so that's, and how I cracked that glass that was pre-installed here before I changed out to my spare glass here is, you see this little O-ring here, you got to be careful as well, because if you push it in, and it will sometimes have that thing squish out of place, out of the groove, and that means it doesn't fit. And if you get this off center like that with the outer diameter of the glass, it is also no good. Alright, so worst if you try to push it in, which is what I tried to do, and it doesn't get into the center, this thing got cracked. This is the one I cracked. You see that crack there? That's because I tried to push it down like that. So don't do that, okay? What you got to do, I'm going to replace it with this tank. Just put it on top and slowly, gently nudge it in, push it to the, a tabletop or something to make sure that this chimney cap is in line with the glass, okay? It's not off center or anything. And check your silicone ring all around to make sure it's seated properly in the groove itself. So once that's done, then you can screw it in. Okay, so that's how I do it. Alright, let's take a look at the deck size. Very big deck size that you've got there, and right in the center there you've got an air hole there, which is 4 millimeters in diameter. Really huge air hole in the center there. So how your airflow works is, of course, you have your Cyclops style air hole here, which is adjustable, just to show you right now that it's adjustable. Alright, air goes in from here and out from your center air hole here. If you look inside, you can see there's a hole in there. So your air goes in there, out from that hole right underneath there in the center, and comes out from underneath your coil to cool down your coil. There's plenty of airflow here, and your coil is not going to get hot, okay? And you can do a big coil, 3 millimeter coil, no problem. All right, so, and that's your deck post there. Side tension, grab screws there. All you got to do is just lay your coil down, okay, like that. If you've got your leads coming up from the top, then what you need to do is just hold down your leads, okay, hold on the center portion like that, hold on the leads, and then screw it in, which is, I find, a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to do a build right now. And apart from that, before I start doing my build, just to let you see as well, you've got your juice channels here, which is very, very big. And right on top there, you've got a little mark there, like a step. So that's where you stop your cotton. You don't put it all the way down, otherwise you'll get dry hits, okay? So let's do a build right now. And I would want my wire to go from under. So that's my 24 gauge wire, Temco wire, 24 gauge. And I am going to be using, instead of a screwdriver, well, it's up to you. You can have your screwdriver. If you want to have your leads going from the top, then it goes like this, all right? And then you start coiling. And if you want to have your leads going from the bottom, then you put it at the bottom like that, and then you start coiling. So that's what I'm going to do, all right? But instead of a screwdriver, I am going to use my coil master here. If anyone has got this, if you're using this, if you notice there are 2 holes here. One is for your wire to go from the top, like that, and you coil. And one is where you have your wire going from the bottom with the other hole, like that. And you start coiling it, all right? So this will have your wire coming from the bottom, top, all around. So I'm going to do about 6 wraps on this. I'm going to try and aim for 0.5, 0.6. So that's 1 wrap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 side. Alright, so that's my coil there for you. Take it off. You see what I mean? Put them down side by side like that. You can see this one, the lead comes on top, and this one, the lead is at the bottom. See this? Yeah? That's the difference. Alright, so I'm going to use the lead that comes from the bottom here. All I got to do is just grab it, lay it down like that, and it sits beautiful, comfortably right there in the center. Okay? Right there. And use my thumb to just hold it down. Get my little screwdriver. Screw it down tight, one side. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to just use a nail clipper to try and, get it as close as possible, because if it touches the chimney cap, it's going to short out. Alright, so I'm just going to get it as close as possible to the post there and just clip it off. Right, you don't want any to come up from the side here. Then I'm going to just grab my screwdriver, put it into the center, and adjust the coil, lift it up from the base. Just make sure it's lifted up. You don't want it to be touching the base and get a short. Just lift it up, straighten it out a bit, and that's your coil. Nicely seated right above your air hole. And see what's the reading like. New coil up, same coil down, so we're going to press new coil up, and it's rated at 0.57, so if I give it a pinch and do a bit of firing, I'm sure it'll come up to 0.6, alright? So firing inside out. Beautiful. Firing inside out. It's rated at 0.66 ohm. Now, let's wick it, okay? Got my cotton here. And we're going to just put it across. right? And I'm gonna just eyeball it and try and cut it. Now I want it seated just right here where the juice channel is just touching the top. So I'm gonna just roughly cut like that, and the side over here like that. Just adjust it, and let's see. Yep. And that's my dripping donuts again. So once I've primed it, we're gonna just try and push it into the juice channel. Right, that's my juice channel there. So, like I said, I just want it to sit right on top there. Not too deep, not all the way down to the bottom, just the top there. That should be fine. Yep, so that's how I would just put my cotton down, right? Just about there. And next thing you want to do, get a top cap. You could actually fill it up right now if you want to. Bottom fill, you can do so. And also the fact that when you want to just take it out and tweak your coil or whatever, you know, to change out your cotton, you don't have to drain out your tank. You can just, you know, open up your tank, leave juice in there, put it aside, do whatever you want to do, put it back, and screw it back on again. So you can actually do that. Right now, we're just going to get it back into the tank, right? All right. There you go. Turn off my airflow. Let's fill her up. A little bit more. Okay, stop just about there. That should be fine. Just wipe off the little bit that got onto the side there. Put it back. Change up my drip tip back to the original. So, what do I think of the Serpent Mini? Would I go out and buy one? Yes, I definitely would, because, you know, for a single coil, short tank, mini size tank, it works very, very well. It vapes nice, the flavor is good, nice, easy to build, good vapor production, as you've just seen, easy to refill with the top fill method. So since it's so easy to refill, even though it's a small tank, that makes up for it. Built well, pricing not too bad as well. Personally, I do like shorter tanks, okay? I mean, to me, it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It's easy to pocket, you know, and carry it around. This is something where I'd go, now shut up and take my money. One of those things, okay? Is there anything I don't like about the Serpent Mini? Well, straight off, no. But if I really, really want to be nitty and pick something out, it would be perfect if they just included a Delrin, black Delrin drip tip, because it comes with a stainless steel whiteboard drip tip here. If they've got a black Delrin drip tip, that would look really smashing with, you know, any of your black mods just to match it, okay? But other than that, no, it's not a con, okay? There are no spit bags, not that I've experienced before, as long as I've been using it, and the tank doesn't get hot as well, which is quite obvious because, as you've seen in the close-up, the center air hole there is really big, and you get a lot of air coming from the sides, from underneath your coil. It's enough to keep your coil cool, so no problem with it. It doesn't get hot, okay? Maybe just a little warm, okay? But other than that, it's perfect. Let's get down to the pricing right now. This is being retailed for $34.99, $35 by Wotofo themselves. I'm going to leave a link below. But when I did a Google search, I found a shop in the US. Okay, I'm not from the US, I'm from Malaysia, but I saw Heaven Gifts retailing this for only $26, and at the moment they're in stock. It's only available in stainless steel, okay, no other colors, but I've seen pictures where they come with different colored O-rings. I don't know, mine's just plain white silicone. It's not available here in Malaysia just yet, but then again, don't take my word for it, because we've got thousands of vape shops around here. Somebody might be carrying it, so I could be wrong, all right? So, but if I do find out, I will leave a link below. My guess, in Malaysia, this would probably be retailing for around $130 ringgit or something like that. It's just a ballpark figure and it's just a guess. Okay, could be less, could be more. So that's how much this thing costs. I tell you what, that's my take for the Serpent Mini. It's a really nice shorty tank. Very, very nice. I'm going to take one more vape before we call it a wrap. There you go. The Serpent Mini. And until I talk to you again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Until then, God bless. Have a nice day. Bye for now.